हे एवरीवन वेलकम बैक टू अनदर स्ट्रीम। तो हम आज देख रहे हैं पीएमजीसी 2024 का लीग स्टेज। आज येलो ग्रुप का डे 3 है। तो चलो मैच की तरफ से बढ़ते हैं। थोड़ा हमें आज स्ट्रीम में लेट हो गए। सबसे पहले हेडफोन लगा लेता हूँ। Let's go.
It's getting fairly hectic inside the lobby. Damage proportions here for BTO is Zuxi down towards 2000.
थोड़ा DMR
It's
ब्रो
a little
और मेजर
skewed
प्राइड
since
बाहर हो गए
Zuxi
हैं।
has had a couple of games where he's been out of the roster, subbed out. But yeah, Lepar still being that star
DMR
player
दो
for the
फिनिशेस के
roster
साथ
at the
बाहर हुई।
moment.
Yeah, Leon and Hanzo
आरामी
coming
ब्रो
in. They
9
have had a
फिनिशेस
couple
के
of
साथ।
entries for BTR over the course of the SEA
मेजर
tournament.
प्राइड का खराब
Obviously, we
गया
saw
लग
Hansel
रहा
at the end of yesterday, so
थर्ड
let's
पार्टी
see if
करने
they
के
are
चक्कर में
able to patch up some of the holes that BTR are showing. With 2 eliminations so far,
अल्फा
3
7
players
को देखो,
alive.
4 फिनिशेस भी है, 4
Pretty
माइनस
central,
स्ट्रॉन्ग भी है।
important position. Alpha 7 out in the blue. They've been here for a while. They have encircled loops now and forced them to stay in Painan. Are we going to the North Island? A Vampire just absolutely cashed in on this Northwest Island shift here. BTR have left it early and maybe regretting that decision. Team Spirit as well.
Haha, we win.
BTR, prank.
Yeah, I kind of assumed this would actually head over down towards the south side of the map.
XYZ.
Sometimes you do get these cruel circles like this, and it has been a consistent factor throughout the entirety of Group Yellow that we have a lot of southern rotating teams. Not a lot of squads are willing to make that approach over towards that north side. They know the call that needs to be made. They fly in over towards Vampires, but it's not an easy team to go toe-to-toe with. But finding an initial knock is good. That evens the tide.
Nice node,
1 for 1 on the trade, but a lovely nade around the side from Stoned. He's already stepping out, getting underneath the stilts as well, and taking Mir and Sejong down as quick as they can roll up. Stoned moves through the building now as well, as Tony K still the only casualty to be found in response. Is there a third party to be found? It doesn't look like it. The nade over to Stone and Tony K. Hoxie's going big here. Schweppes on the outside has danger breathing down his neck as he goes low again. Hoxie dips back. He's the last player for Mir and Sejong, and there's the third party. Team Spirit here to play on the east. BTR have set up on the west side of it, and all of a sudden, Vampire, they've got so many neighbors, they don't know what to do.
Yeah, I think Vampire honestly might have been better off holding that northern compound towards the high ground, because this is just... everyone knows this is most likely free. There's likely only 1 or 2 teams in this location, though it's a strong spot. So for Vampires to set themselves up so close to the bridge, I think they might have been better off making a play like BTR did, which is over towards that north side, and set up that barricade between them and a lot of other teams that will be flying over that bridge shortly. We're down to 11 teams, 32 players. What a weird game this one's been. Very aggressive. Teams understand that now's the time for a Limbs, and Vitali goes hard on this fight and will find himself 3 knocks.
Twisted Minds again, not having a great time against Inco here.
Twisted Mind
Alpha 7 battling their way on the east side of Ruins as well against DX Xavier. They will win that one out. This is an opportunity now, Blank, for Team Spirit, who have managed to get across to the north side to play as 3 eliminations already found, and you can see that tables at the top are looking fairly barren right now. There is a good chance for them to jump up. 110 points from Mir and Sejong have been found. And that is where they will look to set their sights. They're 20 points, well, they're 17 points behind the start of this match. They have 14 more to go.
Yeah, it's one of those games where it's a gifter of a match, right? Where you need to look at this one as a case of it's all moved over towards that northern side. We know a lot of teams rotate on the south. This is a chance for us to have a fantastic game. I think they understood that as well, which is why they played on that north side. They knew they weren't going to have the best of games down towards the south, so they had to gamble on this heading up towards the north. And now with Matic holding that northern compound, he's got a strong spot. But Zeus is coming in real quick, and the rest of the team will need to regroup fast. I'm imagining Matic does hear the vehicles down the hill here.
This was a pretty crazy rotate from Zeus, Blank. They started on the compound to the southeast of Ruins. They swung out past Alpha 7, over Painan to the east of Bootcamp, over the north bridge, and now they're coming in on the north side. They're the only team to do this. This is smart. This is heads up from them.
I mean, it's the only reasonable rotate for them, right? If they had the medication to make it happen, why not? They were in stage 3. It was an instantaneous reaction from them. But they knew that Southside, again, it's really tough. And it feels like some of our EMEA teams have a bit better of a grasp right now on those wide wraps, which is cool to see. I think BTR also simply made a strong rotate. They saw the fighting happening between Vampires and Mirror and Sejong. They didn't get involved. Instead, they took a stronger spot on that northern side. For them, consistent points matter more than anything else. Loops do send over. They're looking to keep that vehicle, though. They are looking to keep that vehicle. I mean, it bounced off the bridge like it was some kind of rubber construction.
It was a little bumbly, but see if they can get much further. Team Spirit need to regroup, I think, in about... Well, they want to keep control over this east side crossing, right? Despite letting Loops through. And Matic is alone right now for Team Spirit. And the fact that Loops are through now, I feel like you do just have to regroup up towards Matic. But Loops might be ahead of them on this one.
This is one of those Team Spirit plays where they're trying to hold too much space, and I think it'd be absolutely fine as a 4-man, but you've got to consider the amount of squads going through. Scouting is good at this stage of the game, trying to cause some casualties, some damage towards his team, so your late game's a little bit easier. Definitely important. I think that, you know what? Actually, I don't mind this. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't mind this. I don't really think that many teams would have assumed that Zeus would make that play. I think that this is a play that looks bad because Zeus's cool reaction and creative way of getting around that circle. Because they assume they control the entirety of this high ground. John, that's what I'm trying to get at.
For Team Spirit, is it why they felt confident going for that split?
Yeah.
I think that's fair. That's a good assessment. Of course, we have a map feed. We could see exactly what's